Discover your inner artist. Find your style and explore unlock your potential and realize your vision.
Explore your creative side.
Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, where your creativity comes to life.
I'm meeting with ad agencies today to see if they'll market my new product, the Depression Stick.
The Depression Stick.
Yeah. It's a vape pen, pretty much like any other vape pen. The nicotine can amplify feelings of depression and anxiety.
Make me sadder.
Yeah, let's sell depression.
I'm not into that.
No.
Really? We're no different than other vape companies.
No.
Really? We're no different than other vape companies.
No.
Really? We're no different than other vape companies.
No.
Really? We're no different than other vape companies. Really? No different than other
Is this thing on? Yeah. All right. What's going on, guys? Let's make a little adjustments. I don't usually start with 26 minutes of scroller. But let's just say John's late. That's on him. You farting bastard. He should be in any second. But hey, anyways, hi, Dadbod, Bikerbeard. Waiting for the transplanted devil himself, John Trapp. Every time I go to type in that name, I just leave it as Trans Devil, and I think it's a cool name too, but probably not what he was going for. Oh, let there be light, and there was, and it was good. Here we go. Man, just my big beautiful mug up here for now. Remember the good old days when I would just come on in the middle of the night and I would just start talking about all the random shit in my head, like I didn't have any other outlet. Well, realistically, at 11 o'clock at night, you should just be in bed and not sharing all of your random thoughts about the world. But it frees me up so I could dream about happy, positive things and not have to stress over the fact that we are all hurtling towards our death at an incredibly high rate of speed. There's not a damn thing we can do about it. All right. Did you ever notice that my stories, even when they're uplifting and or positive, at least as far as I can tell the story, often end with "and then he died," or "then it died," or "then it was gone," and then or "my cat died," "my dog died," everything died. My beautiful better half pointed it out to me. She said I have a habit of just killing off everything in my stories. I'm like, well, it's because they're dead that the story is impactful. So there's a benefit to hurtling towards your death. At some point, someone will tell a story about you, and it'll be awkward when it comes to the punchline. Something to look forward to, right? So I think. I don't know. I look forward to the end. Want to see what's out there. I'll come back and tell you guys. Joking. I want to live for a long time. I don't look forward to the end. I'm rather selfish. I like it here. You know, have you ever had somebody die? I mean, most people have had somebody pass away that you're close to. Did you ever get to the point where you were facing that inevitability, and they were able to have some levity and actually make a promise that they will come back and haunt you? Or is it always something that people say, like, well before their deathbed? Because my grandmother, she promised it twice. So, she didn't know she was going to have a stroke. Well, as far as I know, maybe she did. But don't feel sad. It's okay. She lived to be 80, almost 81. But she would tell me when I lived with her for a few years, as she was getting older and we didn't want her to go into a home. It was my dad's mom. And she said, or I asked her, we were playing pinochle or something, playing cards. I was like, Grandma, when you die, will you come back and let me know if there's something on the other side you can tell me about? She's like, yeah, what do you want me to do? I said, I was thinking, I don't know, something subtle, because I don't want you to scare the crap out of me. And she's like, well, how about I just write, like if you're in the shower, I'll just write on the steam, on the mirror, like, I'm here. And I'm like, no, that's a fucking horror movie right there. I don't want that to happen. That would be unsettling. And she said, well, what if I can't lift up a pen? And I'm like, then you're not a real ghost. You're weak. You should try harder. So you want to know what happened? I know you do. So Grandma had a stroke on Father's Day. So that was a bummer. So I had to call my father and say, hey, your mother, she had a stroke. She didn't pass away yet, though. Grandma's going to the hospital right now. So I remember he asked, is she lucid? And I said, I didn't know what lucid meant. I said, yeah, sure. I figured it was a 50-50 shot. I was either giving him false hope or I nailed it. Well, when we got to the hospital and he came out and he goes, she's not lucid. And I was like, fuck, I lost that one. Lucid is the opposite of, okay, got it. This is why it's okay to ask. Hi, John.
Hi.
I'm just in the middle of a dead grandma story. I wanted to start with something sad, so I wanted to lead with it. So yeah, I failed on lucid. I didn't know what that meant. So just ask. Hey, I'm sorry. Can you remind me? What does that mean? Nothing wrong with that. If you're in a crowd of people, like at work, and you're having a meeting, and you ever walk in and they're talking about something, you have no idea why you're in that meeting, and then you start to feel really uncomfortable because they're going around the room and they're calling on people, and you're like, I don't even know the subject matter. I'm about to have a heart attack right now because if they call on me, they're like, what do you think? I'll be like, I don't think. I have no thoughts. I have no idea why I'm here. Thank you for picking me. Don't be afraid to be the person who stops the meeting and says, I'm sorry, but under the threat of seeming completely ignorant, I'm not even sure what we're talking about here. Can you guys back up and maybe clue me in? I've done that several times, and it always is embarrassing. So good luck. No, it always actually works out because then everyone's like, oh my God, thank God. And they're like, oh yeah, we forgot. You know what? Half of you weren't even here 9 months ago when we started this. It's our bad. We should not assume that you know what we're talking about. And I'm like, whew. And then I'm the hero. But yeah, and then everyone, yeah, it's good. So if you're uncomfortable in those situations, assume everybody else is too. They're just not willing to speak up.
Voice of the voiceless.
So let's get Johnny in here, and then I'll finish my grandma story. Dead grandma, dead grandma.
Good evening.
I can't hear you. Try again.
Good evening.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm just teasing.
Why do you have to be a jerk face?
Why'd you have to be like a half hour late? What happened? Who got in a fight?
No, they took too long to play.
Oh.
There was way too much drinking by older people.
Oh.
Shuffling was an issue. Yeah, it was all over the place. And
Shuffling was an issue. I like that.
it was an issue. Some of them believed that the automatic shuffler was in cahoots with the devil, and the rest of them believed that they should shuffle by hand. Oh, it was ridiculous.
What were they drinking?
Mostly wine.
Huh. I knew it. Wine is the devil.
I would agree with that.
Welcome to the show. My head's too big for it.
Can you send me the info on the chat again so I can...
Yeah, I put it in an email to your email.
No. Wait, didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Is it the Twitch thing? No.
One of them is twitch.tv/Jeffrey Sinatra. It's the same channel. It's always there. It never changes.
No, but that's where the chat is?
Yeah, they can chat on Twitch. I had also sent you a link to, if I don't know if you remember, let's see, to John Trapp. You have, did you know that you have a YouTube channel, Transplanted Devil?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you do. And, yeah, I went to check it out today. There's not much going on there. But, look, here's the, I guess I'll forward you the Zoom link again. That's why I was giving you a hard time when you came on. I was like, link? I'm like, I actually planned ahead this time and sent you everything. So let me see if I forward this to you.
So, stream chat?
Oh, for you. Oh, I'm sorry, boss. That's for you. Okay. I was misunderstanding what you were asking for. Yours is, what is it? Hold on. Chat.restream. Chat. Here, I'll put it. chat.restream.io, and then it's
okay, so we were on the same page. You were.
and then it's Jeffrey Sinatra
No, it popped right in.
at Gmail.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I'm typing it out. And then the password is
You don't need that either, I don't think. It says type a message.
probably saved it.
I'm going to put hi, y'all.
Here, so you can start saving some of these. The one before that has today's Zoom, it has the address back to Twitch, and then it has the YouTube. I think the YouTube, let's see where the YouTube goes to. I can just load it. I was like, let's see where it goes. I think this one takes us to the Dadbod Bikerbeard streaming on. Let's see where the YouTube goes to. I can just load it. I was like, let's see where it goes. I think this one takes us to the Dadbod Bikerbeard streaming on. Let's see where the YouTube. Okay, that was loud. Let's send that one out there. You know what? I want to start getting people away from Twitch and start getting them to go towards the light. Go to the light. Go to the light.
Since we're already live, right?
We are, yeah.
Did you hear about the insanity in New York City?
No.
They are putting through a bill, or the mayor is going to agree to a bill that 800,000 non-citizens are going to be able to vote in the next election.
What, they can vote in New York for New York people?
Yeah, right now it's for New York City.
Okay. Why? What's their logic? I mean,
and here's, you know what the cap is? You only have to be in the U.S. 30 days. So
shut the fuck up.
if you're a fucking student
That's criminal.
from another land and you're there for 30 days, you don't have to be a citizen. They said you have to be here legally, which I don't understand where the 100,000 number comes from, but they are going to be able to vote, and the new mayor just agreed. I'm sorry, I don't care what party you're involved in, right?
Yeah.
At the point when you're saying it's now legal for people that are not citizens of a place to vote for a place, in a place, your message means nothing to me. I don't care if you're going to cure cancer or cure AIDS.
Right.
You're a moron, and
Right.
you need to go bye-bye.
Right. You're literally
The most insane thing, and the biggest part when I heard this, John has a bit of an echo. Actually, I can hear the whole thing echo.
Well, hold on. Let's make sure.
Has YouTube and Twitch up.
I think I have all of mine off. All of my extra channels.
Other countries are laughing at us. So you have no border, and now people that are not citizens of your country can vote. Do you think they're laughing? Is there any other country that does that in the world? It's the most insane thing I've ever heard. 30 days. You just have to be here 30 days.
That is so ridiculous.
It is important. Oh, by the way, R.I.P. Bob Saget.
Yeah, no shit, man. That's a bummer. I mean, he looked young too. I mean, he's 65. It's weird that 65 is like the new 45, right?
Because he didn't look 65. I would never have thought that.
Like, I guess it's like, well, whatever 65 now looks like. I don't know. I mean, I think we look kind of good for, almost 50, like almost 4 dozen. I am 4 dozen. You're coming up on it. Not bad.
A dozen days. In a dozen days, I'll be 4 dozen.
4 dozen in a dozen days.
But how insane is that? Being able to vote and you're not. It's insane.
Well, all that means is whatever it is that they're selling, whatever brand of garbage that party is selling, and if it's bipartisan, then I have to say, same for all of them, then it's obviously not palatable, and it's obviously bullshit. because if you need to pad your numbers by almost 1 million people in order to get reelected, then you're just looking at authoritarian rule within your state. Now, the ridiculous thing is that local politics has been controlled predominantly by the Democrats forever. It's never been a Republican conservative machine ever. You look at state, local, even muni. It's always been controlled. That machine has been the Democrat machine, with very few exceptions, regardless of who's in the executive suite in D.C. So, what are they predicting? You got to think about that. The Democrats have been in power in all the main states, big cities, since time immemorial. What is about to shift midterm? What has been going on with the State of the Union for the last year and a half? I mean, all the noise and the racket and the bullshit since, I don't know, 2008, basically. What has happened that they know that you have your non-committed, you're neither right nor left. You have those people who are about to make a decision. Then you have the libertarian and the conservative base who has now staunchly shifted way away from center. Actually, they haven't shifted away from center. Center's shifted away from them. Correct. It's been taken away. It's there now. Center is, I don't even know, what is it? Center's progressive psychotic. Like it's bizarre. It's its own brand of just craziness. That that if New York, which is one of the biggest Democrat strongholds, and it has been, if they're going that direction, it's because they know that the tides are shifting and something's coming. Why else do it? Why else get ahead of it? Because if they know that they're going to lose their power within their state, the cities, and the municipalities, then you gotta get reinforcements to come in to take care of that for you. So think about it. There's why do we have caucuses in Iowa? What is it about Iowa that has been a predictor of outcomes of political races? Why is that?
Well, because it's supposedly a great cross-section of the populace.
Yeah.
But that has completely changed. Is my volume a little better than it was?
You sound pretty solid to me.
Okay. Because Ernie, Andres, one Mexican looks the same. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Andres said I need a mic.
I have one. I believe we live about 20 miles apart, and I do drive by your neck of the woods with my kids every weekend.
We're ever gonna see each other ever.
What a shame.
I keep trying and hoping.
I'm not gonna go play bocce ball with you I'm not gonna say it with I'm just not in I stand at work for 8 hours and that hurts, and then I go sit down and that hurts anyway. So either way, it's not comfortable. By the time I'm done. I do stuff on the air. I do some show, and then I turn off the show, and oftentimes this is what happens. I go just for a second before I go to bed. And then I wake up 3 hours later and I go, oh, I feel better. Let's keep going.
So Andres is edgy 1975. Says he needs me to talk louder. I don't think I've ever heard that in my life. Jeff, have you ever heard anybody say John should talk louder?
No. Ever? I see, because I have this, this fabulous Rode pod mic. I do tend to overpower you. I could back up. You want me to? I could switch this off of my decent gear, and I can just put it on my camera mic, and we can kind of balance each other out a little bit. Should we do that?
No, it's fine that you are a dominant voice. I kind of like that.
All right. So the reason you were echoing.
Andres says we have chairs at Bocce. Buddy. Yeah, I tried. He won't come. I mean, I even used 2 hands. Did you get that?
What was that?
No? Oh.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I took my headphones off and I was turning my.
Andres said we have chairs at Bocce.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to make him. He won't come, even though I used 2 hands.
Hey! You gotta use your mouth. You gotta do that thing, shit.
And you keep making me turn my head sideways, like it looks like a half-shaven vagina. It's uncomfortable for me.
I like it. That's how I like to hold your ear, just the top of your ear.
One at the top of your head, one on your chin.
So I was trying to get. Speaking of loving, I was trying to get my better half, Rebecca, to come on and defend her. How what?
How is she feeling?
Oh, she's a little ornery today, but she's going back to the gym tomorrow after having to take 11 days off. She's not happy about that. She's like
kick the shit out of those
2 hours every morning, and then sometimes another hour at night. And then if she's training for something, she's like, yeah, she's intense. She's amazing. I'm like, why do you like this fatso over here? She's like, I used to be big. I'm like, yeah, but you're not now. I never knew you when you were big. She's like, I'm a chubby chaser. I'm like, aw, I've never been so proud to be chubby.
Well, that's because she doesn't like to run, and chubby chasing doesn't last that long.
She likes to run. Yeah, she does. I just can't chase her. I'm like, get back here. All right, that's fine. She'll tire out eventually.
Chloroform's for.
Yes, I told her to come on and talk some smack, remind you that she's funny. She's like, I'm never gonna live that down. And you told him, why did you tell him that I got a book on funny? I said, because it was true. And she's like, I'm never gonna live that down. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's not bros before hoes, I promise. I just thought it was funny. She's like, wait a minute. What do you mean I'm not funny? I'm funny. How did I lose my funny? That's what I love about her. She's like practical. She's like, okay, I'm on chapter 3. I'm like, I'm laughing at the fact that you're reading about being funny. You were funny the day before. I don't know what happened. You don't have to be funny all the time. It's not necessary. But then again, my daughter not laughing at you is kind of her pleasure. So, you got kind of this vicious circle going around. I was talking to her about that, and I said, John was stressing out because he was like pulling out all the stops. He was really trying to get you to crack a smile. And she's like, and she says deadpan, like, and she meant it too. She goes, I would have, but I really did not understand what was funny about anything that he said. Like, I didn't hear it. And I said, but then he says he's laughing when he's 7 years old and crying over Rambo or First Blood. And you start cracking up. And she's like, that was funny. You said, but why are you laughing at his pain? And she said, well, I can recognize that. I mean, that's painful. That's funny. I'm like, oh my. She's a special kind of sociopath. I love her for that. You ever have a child who has zero sense of humor, and then they're one of the funniest people because they just do shit, and you're like, you laugh, they laugh back, and you go, do you know why you're laughing? No. Well, that was funny. What part?
Thank goodness. Never had a child like that. No thanks.
Oh.
Afraid to sleep at night.
Yeah, well, apparently, I don't know if the genetic issue was on Lisa's side or my side, but I'm guessing mine. Anywho.
So we have at least 2 people in the chat room right now. I'm trying to get them to talk about what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I didn't check out the chat because you told me to. Oh, that I was echoing. All right, you got it.
Yeah, I got the chat. No problem.
Okay, cool.
I'm actually calling them out when saying hello to them. And
all right.
What's going out tonight? Going out tonight. What's going out tonight?
What's going out tonight? Hey, good news. Guess what? The Twitch channel hit 100 followers finally. Yeah. So that's exciting. 100. We got 100. And John, did that happen on your watch? I think it did. You must have been a part of it. No, I think we picked it up on Sunday. Did I do something on Sunday?
You did something on Saturday.
Saturday for sure. Maybe Sunday.
And
Oh,
my head hurt.
you had it. Yeah, your vagina hurt. I'm sorry about that, buddy. That's too bad.
Sucked. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. The light made me nauseous. Sucked.
Oh my gosh. The light made me nauseous.
And I'm kind of fighting it right now, so keep it up, asshole.
Oh, maybe you have the Omicron or what's the new variant? The Deltacron?
Isn't there, and doesn't it form Devastator?
Or the IHU? Oh yeah, IHU. IHU. I don't know. Hey, this is what I posit, John. I don't know. Tell me if you think I'm crazy. Everyone's got it. Everyone's got it. You can't avoid it. Nothing fixes it. Very few people are dying anymore from the variants because they don't have the strength that they did because the people who did get the vax, the people who got the jab, forced the virus to have to mutate, right? The vax as well as the virus both have a trace of the HIV virus in it, which allows it to mutate faster. It mutates, but it has to mutate around that spike protein, and then it has to mutate around the fact that natural immunity is stronger than the vax will ever be, and then it becomes a shell of itself. And the subsequent mutations are going to get weaker and weaker as we build up antibodies, and then it's going to fade into nothingness for the most part.
Well, it'll always be around, but it'll be weaker than the original.
Right. Yeah. Omicron is already weaker, right? Delta was weaker.
Yeah.
So like each version is just the variation that, somebody has they have a bug net and they're running around catching them and going, oh, this one's different. This one's different. This one's different. It's part of our lives. You're not even going to notice for the most part that you have it at this point. And when is it that the rest of the world, and especially in the U.S., stands up and says, fuck you to Fauci and any mouthpiece who tells us to do anything about it, period? Because it's old news. How far away are we from just critical mass?
I think it'll self-correct itself before the election. I think what will happen is that they will stop bringing it up. It won't be the big discussion anymore.
I think they're going to have to shut up for like a year because we don't want to hear it.
Right. Well, it's getting there now, right? So the next the midterms are what November of 2022.
Yep.
So you're talking now. You have 10 months. Everything will be open in the summer. Everything. Because they have to. They got to get things back to as normal as possible. That's
right.
They have to go into self-preservation mode.
Right.
My thing is this though is so most of the people that I know have gotten Omicron are fully vaxxed and boosted.
Oh yeah.
So if you are going to get sick anyway, why is the mandate necessary? So
yeah.
I don't understand. That's the part I don't get is that they're still preaching it, Joe. Everybody get vaccinated. Everybody get vaccinated.
Oh yeah.
The people that need to get vaccinated are people above the age of 65, or with any of these pre-existing.
Sorry.
Guess. The CDC just came out and said they are going to reevaluate all 875,000 deaths to reclassify them whether they died of COVID or with COVID. That is a project that's going on right now. And here's the news to you also. And in the pest control world, I could have told you this. We've been talking about it for years. Your fabric masks do nothing. The little medical masks do very little. The only ones that do anything are the M95 or the KN95s.
Right.
Those are the only ones that actually work. That's what we use in pest control to when we spray chemicals.
Right.
Because they actually work.
Right.
So your regular masks don't work. So it's insanity. It's all been a mental show, and I'm obviously the statistics are proving this. I'm not showing a conspiracy. I'm not showing a conspiracy theory.
Right.
This is all coming to fruition. So
You catch somebody on the news, I like in between news segments. Literally, I was watching the news. It was national news, and they didn't hit the dump button for whatever reason, and they're like, restaurants are closing down early on, right? And this cameraman is just standing there waiting. He's got his signal on, and it turns on before they're ready to cut, and they're all standing there with their masks off, talking, like even to the people on the street, and they go, "Hey, put your mask back on." And they go, "Why?" He goes, "It's for optics." And then they'll put their mask back on. You're like, somebody show me the memo. I want to see the memos. I want to see the memos that hit the news desk where the talking points are all the same. Rittenhouse was a white supremacist. Like all the things that when you watch them just come out and start speaking the propaganda, you if you watch things live, you can see the truth is how humans act, and then the talking points are what they're forced to do.
yeah, I mean,
And this whole thing has been that. It's been put together to create an outcome, which is let's do a test run. Let's find out if we can get compliance on 300 million people. Let's see if we can do it on 7 billion people.
just look at Australia right now. Look at Canada. Two of the countries that we would consider very like ours.
Right.
Difference. You know what the only difference is between Canada and Australia to the United States?
Proximity and guns.
Guns. That's it. Guns is the major thing. That neither of those countries have any guns.
Canada doesn't have guns?
No.
Right.
They have hunting rifles, but handguns are basically completely illegal. So, and unlike our cities like Detroit, Chicago, and New York, where they're completely illegal, they don't have them. The toughest gun laws in the country and the highest gun deaths by illegal weapons. But don't worry, you make it illegal, the bad guys are no longer going to have guns. I think they turn them in automatically, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. They're like, "Hi, I've been convicted of a crime. I would like to get my guns back."
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Mr. 50.
Yeah, where's the vaccine for gun trade? Where do we sign up for that? Hey, I got a vaccine. Can I have a Glock, please?
Yeah, they're like, "Look, we're trading toasters for ARs, so you want to do toasters?" They're like, "I don't really need one, but I like toasters." So
I like toast. I'm a big fan of toast.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy though. But just the simple fact that again, 800,000 people that are not citizens of this country are going to vote in the next election in New York City. What?
Yeah, it's upsetting.
So, please name another country that does that. Nobody.
No, not even the socialists.
No.
Well,
Of course not.
because they at least have respect for borders,
So,
culture.
oh well, that's the other thing.
Language.
Don't talk about borders because we're the only country that just lets people in.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We're the only country that does it.
Right.
For some reason, that makes people who say that are racist.
Move your family down to Mexico right now. Just move. Just like have a U-Haul and be like, "Oh, I'm just moving here." And they're like, "No, you're not."
Hey, how great! I know we're kind of going all over the place, but did you see AOC got COVID when she went down to Florida?
Did she? Good.
So she went down to Florida, the place of death.
Yeah. But it's because she knows I want to fuck her. So.
Right. So she goes down there in all these pictures. She's at a bar. She's hanging out at a club. No mask, not social distancing. She came back with COVID. It's like,
Yeah, well, it happens, guys. Everyone's gonna get it, and she's young and dumb and full of Republican cum, so she'll be fine.
I'm just saying my mic is really shot too.
Your mic is shut.
I don't know what just happened there.
I can turn mine down. I don't think I can adjust yours from this side. Let me try.
I have no idea what just happened. I got a weird ad that popped up.
Come with where? On Twitch?
All right, hold on. Andres is getting. They probably pay more taxes than homeless Americans who take food stamps and shit. What are we talking about here?
He's talking about Mexicans.
Oh,
Just kidding.
wait. So no, it's because the majority of people under immune underlying conditions in this country. Yeah. We already know that. Oh, and he said we're all fat and overweight. I agreed with that. I said that is true.
No.
They pay
I'm
taxes.
morbidly obese, thank you.
Oh, sorry. No, they don't pay taxes when you're a full-time student and you go to this country. In fact, in the University of Arizona, you actually they can pay you to go to school. You're not paying taxes.
Correct.
That is definitely incorrect, and I know that because I know somebody who works at admissions there. But anyway,
Taxes are paid on income,
correct.
and they don't have an income. They're actually often being sponsored
Correct.
under the visa. Also tends to come with, actually has to come with a sponsorship. And then when they're done with their degree, they have a year and a half that they can work in the States as an intern, but they can get paid up to $85,000 a year while they do it as an intern. And then it expires. And if they don't have full-time occupation, then they have to go back.
So if you have a job in Mexico and you're a U.S. citizen, all right, let's throw this the other way around. You have a job in Mexico, you're a U.S. citizen. You can't vote in their elections. Oh, and in fact, you can't own land there either.
No, you can't.
You can own land in the United States and not be a citizen.
That's right.
So no, wrong.
Yeah, you can lease. My ex-girlfriend has a really nice house in Playa Encanto, and she basically is leasing from the what are their name? What's El Chapo's family? The Guzman family?
I never
No.
watch any of that stuff. Everybody tells me I gotta watch it.
No, the Loera family. So yeah, the Loera, which is part, yeah, Guzman, Loera, El Chapo's family. The Loeras are there, and she's leasing from them and the government. She has to pay both to lease, but she'll never own it. She has a house built there. She doesn't even own the house. She doesn't own the materials. So they can decide to take it away from her anytime they want. So she spent a lot of money. She has armed guards. She has a member of the cartel that lives in her house and guards it, and then she pays other people to watch it. This is what you have to do in order to, depending on, she's in Playa Encanto, so she's in a nice part where they don't want a bunch of blonde-haired white women with cocaine affinities hanging out all the time, but she worked it out. So there are layers and layers upon government in order to make that happen. But here, no problem.
No, I mean a lot of the developments are owned by Chinese companies. Actually, that's like a huge investment. A lot of they'll buy like neighborhoods and stuff like that and rent out houses. That is, they own it. They can do that in this country, but you can't do that in any other country. So what I don't understand is the left compares us to the world all the time. Like I said over and over again, they said that Trump was embarrassing. Trump did this, Trump did that. The world is the world is laughing at us, and I'm like, okay, so Afghanistan, no one in the world trusts us now at all.
Right.
Coming out of Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, open borders. No other country in the world has that. And now you're going to allow people that are not citizens to vote. It is the most asinine thing I've ever heard, ever. And I know segues are for kids and for
all cops.
But I listened to one of our chief justices who said she didn't understand the difference between state laws and federal laws. She actually said that out loud.
Was that Sotomayor?
Oh yes, it was. and it was just
She also said there's 100,000 children in hospitals
on incubators.
and they said there's 3,500 on the news. To who was it? Who was that?
It's like, man,
Chief medical twat.
I'm like, I just
You're just slinging your prejudice and your ignorance around. Like, shut up. Like, you're on TV, guys.
just come on.
We need to go pull some Supreme Court briefs and start reading back on them and see how idiotic they actually are, because I don't know who's checking the checkers.
We have 4.5 million jobs available, and yet you can't get furniture in a timely manner because you can't get anybody to ship anything around the country. You have all these people that are not working. I don't understand. So the funny part is, right, is that the government gave us trillions of dollars in the last 2 years for stimulus checks. Well, nobody's spending it because there's nothing you can get. I talked to somebody who wanted new furniture, and they're like, "Oh, our bills are paid and stuff. I'm going to use this money to buy furniture." The furniture is a 9-month wait, and that's if you get it in 9 months. It's like, come on, just let's throw money at it. We talked about it. I think Timmy brought up inflation. I think on the last, I believe it was Timmy, right? That brought up inflation.
Timmy.
Just come on. This is not rocket science. None of this is rocket science. Absolutely not. Here's an idea. Everybody fucking works. Okay? All the kids go back to school, because when the flu comes next year, you're going to see massive deaths from kids, because no kids have immune systems anymore.
Nope.
Because either they're vaccinating fucking 5-year-olds, which is the most absurd thing on the planet, or these children have worn masks now. And I think it's under the age of 18, we're talking about 79 million people in the United States. 20 to 30 of them died without pre-existing. Okay, so you don't change the world for 30 kids. You don't change the amount of suicides that are been occurring.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never hear the total number. It's just it's the number of drug overdoses. That's the biggest thing, right? Fentanyl overdoses.
Just fentanyl alone, 100,000 deaths.
Yeah, this just came out recently that, come on, man. You fucking wrecked it all. You wrecked it all. You put as many small businesses out as you could. You made, great. The stock market is up to 36,000. That's great. You know why? Because Joe's Pizzeria down the block, or in our case, Tino's down the block, isn't on the NASDAQ. Okay? So you have fucking crushed this country. Crushed small businesses. But you know who's tapping highest profits? The oil companies, the freaking Amazon, I hate to sound like that guy, but you've done this. There is no more conspiracy theory.
Right.
This is what's going on. And it's right in front of everybody's face.
Right. But they don't care, because consumerism just says, can you get the next thing? Then put it in front of your face.
And that's where they're going to get burned, Jeff, because they can't get it to them. They can't get that next thing to them. And that's throwing a fucking monkey wrench into this a little bit.
It depends on whether or not the next thing is increasing. If it's increasing the value of your home or increasing the value of your belongings. That's what it's been since the 1940s, which is having you chase the dream, the American dream, which is manufactured. But you can go on Alibaba and you could order shit for $1 and have it sent over. And there you go. You're still chasing. You want a fake Rolex? Get it for $5. Ship for $5. That's $10 for a fake Rolex. You want jewelry, costume. Alibaba, dude, they will make it in China. They will show you the little Chinese people that they killed in order to get it done, and they will sell it to you for a nickel. And then if you go on every day, you can spin the wheel and get like 1 penny for items that are made in China. It's the same. This is the crazy part. So maybe we're not importing things, or we're not able to get things imported at the same speed, right? if you're China and you're manufacturing things in, the billions, so you can send them over on boats and get them over to the mainland over here so we can buy it up for 5,000 times a markup from what it cost them to actually make it.
Right. And no tariff for them coming this way.
If they can't get it through the boats anymore, so what they do is they do things like they do in Alibaba. They say, well, we'll sell it to you in lots of one, as long as it costs more than $1.50. You can buy one, and we'll sell it, and we'll give you $5 shipping and handling. And you're like, $6.50 is great for this thing that would have cost me $30 here. But
basically.
They just do that. It's all about volume. Right. So if you've got 100 million consumers just in the United States alone buying $1 or $2 worth of shit a day, that's okay, because otherwise, what were you doing? You're supporting the jewelry stores. You're supporting the shops in the mall, the kiosks in the mall. They pay $5,000 to be near the food court. $5,000 for a kiosk to sell soap or fucking Dead Sea salt scrubs, whatever the fuck it is. They're paying, get that, $60,000 a year just to have the kiosk. Now you don't have to stock that kiosk anymore. They go out of business. It's fine. Now they don't get the rental. They don't get the rental costs. Like, it's trickle up. There's no jobs to be had. That's fine. There's no space to rent. That's fine. Shut down the mall. We don't need all that. We don't need mall employees. We'll just make it all happen, and we'll just make it very simple for you. Here, that thing that would have cost you $30, which would have kept the economy in this area going, we'll just sell it to you directly.
Yep.
It's yours. Look, you are not wanting for anything.
Amazon really started that. They actually started that, and my dad used to tell me years ago how they were losing money every year. Amazon was getting pounded every year, but it was all about training the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
It was because they were offering that free shipping when they weren't selling as much as they were.
Well, they also got the shipping write-offs, though.
Yeah, well, that's true, but they were still losing.
But nonetheless, and no questions asked, 100% money back guarantee.
Right.
Like everything I've done with affiliate drop shipping, I've done a lot of research with these things to figure it out, and they're like, you should offer free shipping and 100% money back. And I'm like, have you ever returned anything to Amazon?
I have, but they also told me a couple times, just fucking keep it, we'll credit your money back.
Yep, depending on what it is or how frequent you do it.
Yep.
They're like, it's a $40 thing. They're like, just keep it. Or if you happen to be near Whole Foods or a Kohl's, could you drop it off? But otherwise, we give them two shits. Here's your $40 back. Go buy something different. So
you're going to buy it again.
You can buy pallets of return goods. From the volume of return goods is something like 30 or 40% of goods are returned. They're not restocked. They don't do anything except for resell them in lots. I get an email every day. It says, hey, Jeffrey, check it out. You can bid on this 10 metric ton pallet, and it's full of electronics. And then here's what some of them look like. Would you like to buy it? The bidding is $800, and nobody's bid on it yet. And it's been there for 3 days, and it closes in 10 minutes. For $800, you can get it. You just have to get it shipped to wherever you want. If you were a mom and pop store and you were allowed to actually function that way, that's how secondhand stores operate. They buy that for $800. They get $100,000 worth of merchandise, and then they sell it for $50,000 over time.
Right.
You could also get it sent to your house or a fucking locker somewhere, or and you can sell that stuff out of your house. So if you guys want to look at a business, you want to sell online, you can buy direct. Look up Amazon return auctions. All the companies do it. Walmart does it. They all do it. But they took a big hit on that because they know it's volume, right? It's like how did McDonald's sell 20
cash flow? That's the other thing is it's cash flow.
How did McDonald's sell those 29-cent cheeseburgers and become the biggest franchise burger joint ever? Volume. Sell billions and billions of them. It's pretty crazy.
All right, couple things. One, I need to turn a fan on. That is
Wait.
number one.
Are you hot?
I'll probably open the window.
Were you drinking?
I am going to be drinking.
That's my boy.
So my birthday is in a dozen days, and this is my favorite beer on the planet. It is
Ooh.
Dawn of the Red is an Indian Red Ale, or an IRA, as we like to call it, us Irish folk like to call it. It is from a brewery in Eugene, Oregon. It's my favorite on the planet. I had to special order this. And no, I did not fart. Andre said I farted. I did not fart. Not yet. But anyway, I need a bottle opener, and my keys are over there. So I'm going to turn my video off for a second and make it cooler and get some beer.
I'm gonna play a song, and actually, John, you'll hear it. This is from a band called To What End? To What End? It's one of my favorite questions I had to ask people. My kids did not understand what it meant until about a year and a half ago. The three of them stopped and said, "Dad, what does to what end mean?" You've been saying, I said, "You don't know what it means?" You answered it. Like, yeah, well, we just kind of guessed. I said, well, to what end is, I'm just asking you why, or what are you trying to accomplish? They said, okay, that's what we thought. This band is called To What End. They were actually a San Diego local band 20 years ago, and I don't think they're copyright at all, and I have permission from the singer to play it for you guys. What's happening, hot stuff?
Oh, no more.
Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. That's probably me, though. Or it could be you. Let's see. All right, use your spoken word to go.
Hello, my name is John.
Hello, John.
Sometimes I like to play with myself, and sometimes I look at Mr. Potato Head when I do it. It's his googly eyes. It
Googly.
looks up at me. I have to change lips sometimes, though, because if it's not the pouty lips, I just can't finish.
So, did you hear the little mosh pit punk band?
I did.
So this was 20 years ago. They had disbanded since.
Was it over a girl?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. Well, I think they went on to do other things. My buddy Mike Bowinger was the lead singer, which is really interesting because he met up with these kids. They were guitar, bass, drum, and they were like teenagers. They seemed like they were little. Like they seemed like they were Silverchair young, And he was my age, which back then was, I don't know, mid to late 20s. And I knew him to be a phenomenal soul singer. Like, phenomenal. First time I ever heard him sing, where a bunch of us guys were in Vegas, and where were we staying? Well, they had a piano bar. Big piano bar, with the dueling pianos, lots of fun. And we were all, goofing off, and I was definitely into Frank Sinatra back then too. And I was just waiting for them to close out the night with one for my baby and one more for the road. And somebody went over and they tipped him pretty big and put in "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye. And I'd never heard David sing. He's this guy who's kind of quiet. Now he's one of those guys with a really big beard, and you're hiding your insecurities behind it, right? Like, big. And he's very quiet, he's a very sweet guy, very cool. But just very humble. Just not very braggadocious about anything ever. Except for maybe the Cleveland Browns, I think, or, I think that was his team. And he's, they're like, hey, we got a pretty big tip here for David to come up and sing "Let's Get It On." He's like, we're not a karaoke bar. They were like clear about this. Like, we're not a karaoke bar, guys. Like, but this is, with a tip this size, we're gonna let him actually sing. So, my buddy Rob elbows me, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Oh, I heard David could sing. Is this true? And he gets up, and they like whisper in his ear real quick, like, what key do you want it in? I don't know, what the fuck is a key? And they start on the pianos. Bow, bow, wow. They actually sounded like a saxophone, which is amazing. And he starts singing, and the whole fucking place went ape shit. Like, it was intense. Like, I was excited because it was my buddy, and he starts singing. Marvin Gaye ain't got shit on this kid, all right? He's half Asian. He's like half Filipino, half white. One of those San Diego, half-breed from the War Brides. It was very common. Dude, it rocked the entire place. Everyone was screaming like it was a fucking rock concert, and I was just like, what the fuck? Remarkable. And then he's done, and like he puts his head down, like, thanks. And he comes back, and I'm like, the Commitments. You remember the Commitments? Like, better than Andrew Strong, like that. And you're just like, hey, thanks, man, thanks. No, where did that come from, Dave? Where did that come from? That noise just came out of your. Where do you hide that? That was insanity. And my Rob's like, I told you. And I was like, I thought you were just drunk. I had no idea. The whole fucking casino heard it. For the rest of the weekend, we're out on the streets. This was Friday. For the rest of the weekend, including at the fucking McLaren airport, people were recognizing him. The whole fucking, it was crazy. Everywhere we went, they're like, hey, let's get it on, dude. That was amazing. I'm like, What the fuck? He went viral in Vegas singing one song in a piano bar at one hotel and one casino.
That is absolutely awesome.
Fucking blew my mind. So then he tells me he joins this little punk band, and he said they were looking for a singer, and he's like, I don't know. I said, you sing punk? I thought you're more like a soul, R&B kind of guy. He's like, I don't know. I think I can sing anything. I'll just give it a shot. And it's weird because he sings in such a completely different register. I didn't like it at first because I didn't like it at all because I know what his capacity is, So, you hear somebody sing like fucking God has blessed you, and then you're like, what is it? Come with me. I'm like, you don't sound like that. What are you doing?
Well, you gotta match the music, right?
Right, and that's exactly. He said, I hadn't sung in a punk band. We went to watch him live a handful of times, and I remember Lisa was pregnant with Hunter, and this was during my rockabilly phase. So, Dickie shirt, cuff jeans, boots. Long john, kind of like this.
Wallet with the chain.
Pompadour. And I had my goatee was like a strip here, no mustache, sideburns. Going with my buddy Rob, who looked like that except 100 times better than me. And I remember waiting for 2 What In to get up and play their 4 or 5 songs. And people are moshing. And Lisa goes, I want to mosh. And I forget, like, she's pregnant. In my brain, right? I'm like, what? She's like, I want to mosh. I'm like, Rob's like, well, let's, no, that's a horrible idea. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go, mosh. He's like, she's pregnant. I'm like, oh, yeah, visible. Like this is like October. He was born in December. I was like, oh shit. She's like, well, I want to get close at least. I want to get close. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're a fucking child. It's like, I just want to be on the floor. I just want the energy. I'm like, you're gonna kill our child. So first time I saw somebody get knocked out in a mosh pit, because I didn't go to mosh pits. It wasn't my thing. This was not my scene, my friend. I was there. I was coerced. And rockabilly does not fit in at a place that moshes, just so you know. We look like the Hells Angels at the Altamont when the Rolling Stones, were involuntary participants in the mass death of a bunch of people, including shootings and rapings. I learned about that later. I was like, this is why people were watching us. We look like we were about to whip somebody with some chains. So they start thrashing, and then people start going in that mosh pit and diving into each other. And then Lisa's like this. My buddy's like holding her back, and like we're trying to guard her, and people are like, yeah, trying to grab her. And somebody came and rushed Rob, who makes me look petite. And he just goes, boom, and just whoosh. I was like, oh, that was good. That was good. All right, I'm going to get my knife out. I'm whipping my wallet chain. My wife is pregnant. So, yeah.
It kind of was her fault, though.
It was her fault. So the bail was like less than I expected, but, it had to be a Sunday night show, and it's really hard to get a bond that time of night, so I had to stay until Monday, but it's fine, whatever.
At least it wasn't a Friday night.
I know. Wasn't so bad. Hey, why are you in here? I'm like, rape. I'm like, oh.
Guy.
Yeah. In here.
Who looked just like
I came in for a jaywalking ticket. I'm staying for rape. I looked frightening, and it's funny because I've gone through stages in my life where I've been angry, and then I've looked frightening at the same time. Usually that doesn't go well together. I get pulled over more often. Altercations happen. People want to pick fights with me. Or they follow me around grocery stores, or every store. I'd be like, how can I be clothes shopping with my kid and you guys are fucking tracking me? Like, this is ridiculous. And I look up and I see the security mirrors. I'm like, oh, we're being robbed. I'm like, oh, no.
You're like, you can't profile. That's wrong. Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
And then during COVID, so I'd kind of be right before I had grown everything out before I got my motorcycle, and my hair was long on top, and then I get like ponytail, like a unicorn ponytail. beard was like down to here. I was out of control. And I realized when I'm wearing sunglasses and a mask on top of that, nobody could read your facial features. And behind everything, I'm kind of like this, like, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm smiling, hey, what's up?
That was the funniest part, I think, when you started wearing the mask. Like, when you smile, you're like, oh,
yeah.
You can't see that I'm...
Look how friendly this face is, right? Until this happens. Right, yeah. All of a sudden, why are there police cars out front?
The beard hanging
of Ross.
Out, right,
yeah, with
the beard hanging out of the mask too.
Yeah. I may as well have been walking in with this thing on. Right. Why is everybody following me around? I'm just a dad. Dadbod. Yeah. Yep. Until you have the moment where you scare yourself. And you're like, well, it's time to clean up a little bit. I can't believe I've been working in a financial firm this whole time and they allow it. Like, everyone's wearing like shirt and ties, and I'm like, me too. And yet I look like an ex-con. They're like, well, we're equal opportunity employer. He's actually been with us for almost longer than anyone. We told him his parole was up, but he won't go back.
Every day. You don't have to sign your paper anymore.
Yeah, boss, can you sign my time card? Your salary, dude. Your salary. What? What are you talking about?
My PO needs it, dude. My PO needs it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I show up without my urine in a cup and my time card signed, I'm going back. You're going back to where?
Go back.
The county jail? Yeah, people don't live at the county jail. I was here for 24 hours. It's pretty scary. Hey, when do you guys serve lunch? Do you have a gluten-free menu? So not a
I get kind of gassy.
Yeah. Oh, I am going to write a strongly worded Yelp review. Okay, I have followers, guys. I have followers. I checked in. They know I'm here. I checked in.
I think that was 100 Twitch subscribers. Didn't you say that?
Yeah. I have 100 Twitch subscribers, guys. 100. I have a...
don't want to use your facility at all.
At all. They're going to skip. They're going to swipe past this thing left. Swiping left on your jail bullshit. Guys, I have 1.1 thousand Facebook friends. Tens of people see my post. Tens of people. This is how I know. Remember when they changed where you used to be able to your feed, you could see what's going on with actual people, like in your like everyone, not just the 25 people they decided you should know about. And then when you would post something, it would be fun because it would honestly be fun. Like, you'd want to see like how can I entertain my friends, because people who have my sense of humor are more likely to ascribe to my thing. Yeah, but then you find out that, well, you have to buy advertising. Actually, if you want your extended family to see what you're posting, you have to buy an ad, for $1, and then they'll run that out a little further. And I'm like, wait, I'm going to run $5 a day, and I'm going to hit 3,000 people over 5 days. I have 1.1 thousand friends. Why the fuck do I have to pay $15 to get to 3,000? That's dumb. You can just show all my friends 3 times. I understood the model because I was doing digital marketing for a couple of local companies at the time because I needed my heroin money. So I stayed thin. And that's a cocaine thing right there, not heroin, just so you know.
Oh, wait a minute, segue. Have you seen the clip that they're showing over and over again about Saget? It's supposed to be a rehab meeting, and Chappelle is up there as in like leading the group, and they're talking about the evils of weed. Saget gets up and goes, fucking weed isn't addicting. I've never sucked dick to get weed before. I've sucked dick to get cocaine. Somebody else, yep, I've seen him.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Oh, Saget was so good.
Rest in peace, Saget, dude. America's Dad was the most crass fucking stand-up comic, the first time I saw him do stand up, I had America's Funniest Videos and Full House as my that was my compass. It was my compass. And then he's up there and he's talking about sucking dick and like just out there. And I'm like, this isn't just blue. This is like purple. Like this is.
Yeah, it was so shocking to me.
It is shocking. Shocking.
And I think that unfortunately, that took away a little bit of his, because what he was saying was funny as well, but I couldn't get past Danny Tanner is telling me about the time he fisted some girl.
Right.
It's like.
I didn't want to get past it. I liked how uncomfortable it was.
Oh, it was so well. I don't know if I was. I guess I was uncomfortable, but at the same time, I was so shocked that I don't even think I was processing what he was saying.
Right.
I was just like, "Holy fuck! This is the guy! Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Now, right, my brain is like, "You think he nailed the twins?" I'm thinking right now.
Oh. No, he was happily married until he wasn't, and then he spent a few years alone, and then he found the next love of his life, who was, a bit younger but beautiful, kind. I get it. Died in his sleep, huh? 65. The Widowmaker, man.
I don't think they're not going to know for a while. They said.
Well, because they don't have any reason to do an emergency autopsy, but
I don't think any kind of crime.
There's two things that take you out when you're a 65-year-old man. One of them is a myocardial infarction, and the other one is an ischemic event. So if you have ischemia or you have an MI, then you got an IE or an MI. Those are the two things that are going to take you out.
So,
ask me in plain English what those are.
Hey, in plain English, what are those two things?
Myocardial infarction is a heart attack, and ischemic event is a stroke. Ischemia. It's when you're
doing a lot of coke. Would that cause either of those two?
It could cause it. Yeah, it could cause a heart attack, and it could also cause a stroke. A lot of MDMA can also cause a stroke. I know. for a fact. June 16th, 2018. Driving home from work. Somebody had hit his monthly limit. Oh, well. My passenger was scared, but I kept driving. I was like, do you want a carpool tomorrow? He's like, nope. I'm good. I'll take the bus. I was like, what? He's like, what happened? I'm like, nothing. Oh, geez, I can't. Even when I fake that, I can feel it. I couldn't listen to techno music for like a year after that, because if they hit a certain rhythm with those beats, I would literally start to tweak out, like black out. Yeah. Anyways, I survived. Here we are.
Wow.
I don't know. Whatever. MDMA is therapeutic, though, guys. It helped with my depression. Yeah, the first couple of times. If 100 milligrams is a dose, you should not buy 5 grams. Hold on, do the math. 50 doses. And then you should not measure it by doing this. I don't know, I had about this much. You try. It's really bitter. Tastes that sassafras root. Yeah.
It seems to be a theme to your life.
No, it's that's all parody, guys. It's parody. It's just a joke. It's parody. Anyways, what would the theme be for that parody life? Go ahead.
Don't follow dosage instructions to any kind of narcotic.
Do what you want. See what happens.
Do what you want, see what happens.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Roll the dice, son.
Listen, when I started hearing about all these fentanyl deaths, I was like, pussies. Like, I'd take a 150 microgram patch, cut it into 4, and then put it between my cheek and gum like it was a That's 150 microgram per hour transdermal over 72 hours. Okay, so you have to do some math there too. So anyways, a quarter of one of those patches then stuck between your cheek and gum means it absorbs very, very fast, right past the blood-brain barrier, and you get 3 days worth of really, really intense narcotic all at once. Now the trick is right before you nod out, you have to take it out of your mouth before you nod out, and then you start to wake up. You're like, oh, my neck hurts because you were like this for an hour and a half. And then you're like, oh, I'm so tense. Then you look around and you go, oh, here it is. And it's got saliva on it, but it's like a piece of it's like a piece of 3M tape, basically, because you tape it to your arm is what you do. It's like 3M tape, and you're like, all right, we got this. Yeah, fuck heroin addicts. I don't even know. They're like, it's 1,000 times stronger than heroin. I'm like, I've never tried heroin, so I'm just saying. Here we go. Chasing the dragon. Again, this is parody, guys. It's just a joke. I don't endorse using any sort of narcotics or illicit drugs at all because it's dangerous and unhealthy, and just say no.
I endorse.
By Menon.
I endorse weed.
Oh, weed's fine. It's legal. So, well, so was the fentanyl. It was legal. Just using it off-label, so to speak. It was prescribed. I didn't need it, but it was prescribed. I'd had the surgery years back. You should have seen me showing up to the pharmacy with that. I literally had not had a narcotic on my my chart for 6 years. 6 years. And you show up and you got literally these strong... This is before the epidemic came out, so this is...
You're the cause of the epidemic?
Yeah, I think I caused it. You show up with the highest dose of a transdermal patch used for cancer patients. Now, I had been on it before when I had a tumor on my spine. That made sense. But yeah, I was like 6 years post-op, and I'm showing up to Walgreens, and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to go ahead and fill that. And they're like, let's see if we have it in our safe. This is before it was a huge thing. I'm like, yeah, no problem. They go and look, and I'm like, they're not gonna like this. They're not gonna give this to me. I have no history of narcotics in the last fucking 6 years in my body. There's no way they're gonna be like, yes, sir, Mr. Sinatra. Here you go, take this. You'll probably die, but we're gonna say go ahead. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman, he was a pussy. Here's the thing. I warned my my beautiful Becky the same way I would warn somebody who was about to relapse on heroin. I told her the same thing. Remember, the dose that you were taking back then will kill you today. So if you're gonna relapse, cut that shit way down, like 20% of how much you would have done before. Because if you do that full dose, it will kill you. She hasn't worked out in 10 days. I'm like, if you're gonna work out in the morning,
they're so similar. What you're talking about is
no, it is actually. It is.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
No, she's not gonna die.
Okay. So listen, there's no LD50 for working out, right? Like, what's the lethal dose at 50%? Your body, you know what? No one's measured it, but it's there. Okay.
Do you think she could come close to hitting?
I think she could, because I've known girlfriend to be up all night long, and I'm like, no sleep, and like, you're gonna go work out harder than everybody in that fucking place for 3 hours, and then you're gonna come back, and we're gonna make out. And I'm gonna work out for 3 more hours. It'll be fun. Why are you sleeping, you fucking lazy bitch? Oh, why? Did you just nod out? Just because a little exercise. This is fat boy. I carry this around all day. And I told her, like, look, it's just like heroin, sweetheart. It's your addiction. I don't judge. I understand. I've been there. But just don't work out quite so hard. We don't want to lose you. All right, I'm done with drugs. Well, I am now. But
Yeah, I know you don't drink, you don't do drugs.
I know, pretty boring.
Yeah.
I think I did my fill of everything. I wasn't expecting to be here, so
Okay, that's fair.
that's how I was living as if I was not going to be. So yeah, I was like, well, I don't know what the rest of my life looks like, so I'm going to go ahead and just not make one. So I'm going to go ahead and just go hog wild, ape shit, crazy. But it's funny because Becky and I will talk, and she's like, I've never ever done any drug ever. I'm like, I'm aware, sweetheart. We've had this conversation. It's not a deal breaker. I don't need you to do anything. Like, you do you, baby. And she's like, well, I know you do drugs. I'm like, no, I don't do drugs. I've done drugs. Parody. It's parody. It's jokes, not true. Allegedly. She's like, well, I know you like to drop acid and do the K-hole and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. I don't like to drop acid. Like, I've told you, if doing something doesn't mean I'm that. I like, it's like if I was to be like, look, so you were drunk that time and you didn't realize there was 3 BBCs that were going to spit roast you. And it happened because, you were like, well, and then, how about if I judged you based on that for the rest of your life? Would you be like, I'm the chick who took, and she's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of aroused right now, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of my fear. It's really sexually, it's one of my biggest fears would be to be cuckolded against 3 BBCs doing a DP spit roast on my woman, and me having to sit there looking all short and puny. And then being like, okay, you finish her. And I'm like, and she's like, you're crazy. You know that? Yeah, I am.
Oh my God.
Haven't you guys figured out what your worst sexual nightmare would be? No? Like, come on. If you're a white dude, even though it's like a soup can, it's not 3 BBC DP spit roast going on. Could you ever go back with your woman if she took 3 massive, just every, like a spit roast? She's spinning. Could you then be like, oh, let's go home and take a bubble bath together? Let's get this BBC cream pie off of you. This is great. No, baby, I love you. More soap. Why won't you kiss me anymore? I don't know. No reason.
Oh my God.
No reason. Hey, honey, can you get some paper towels out of the pantry? Oh, sure. Because I love big. Think about it. People who put themselves through things like that, they have to be stronger than I am as a human, right? Because that's how I think about it. Like, you see, I don't know. I see genre of porn and I think, like, why are you okay with that? It's like, but dudes do it though. Like, trust me, you find there's real things out there that are not commercialized, right? That aren't commercial. And you're like, this guy loves the fact that he has a small thing and that his woman likes to get real big things. And then he's like, yeah. That was amazing. And like, he is so confident.
I don't think it has anything to do with confidence.
No. Like, don't get me wrong. He's enjoying the whole experience. But even, at the end, he's like, yeah, let's go home and make love, baby. She's, I love you. And they're like, really? Now you're all like intimate and connected? She's defiled. What did you do? But you paid them to do it. Like, I don't understand this.
Like, honey, why are there fire extinguishers all over?
She's like, oh.
Why'd you paint them black? That's just weird. I don't understand.
How do you compare like Christmas time when like the girls are like gossiping and stuff, and they're like, oh well, what did your husband get you last year? It's like, well, he got me some slippers and some SpongeBob backpack because I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob is life. And, whatever cute little things. And they're like, and, we're going to go see Disney on Ice with the kids, because, Maybe the Olive Garden. Then we're going to go do that. You're like, oh, that's so sweet. What did your husband get you? Well, girl, let me tell you. So you know how Chuck is afraid that his average size wiener isn't good enough? Oh, all men are like that. They're so stupid. It's not the size. It's just how you use it. Like, yeah, you know, it's okay. You can be average. Get in there and just make me come. It's fine. Oh, well, listen. So I don't know where he got these obvious African immigrants. But these guys literally had a third arm hanging down to their ankle. That was limp. What? Wait, what? Yeah. So the hotel was kind of seedy, right? It was more like a pay by the hour. There was cockroaches and stuff. It was kind of disgusting, I'll be honest with you. But we had water bottles and a bucket. I'm not sure what the bucket was for. And then these 3 huge guys walk in, and I was like, he loves me. Wow. And he's like, Merry Christmas, baby. I love you. God, Jeff is so cheap. He's such a bastard. I mean, he could have at least got me one.
Nice slippers.
And then they pan out. It's like a Folgers commercial. Is BBC in your butt?
Oh my god.
And scene. All right. Nice.
Oh, apparently commercials keep showing in the Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's driving Mama Fox nuts, like in the middle of the story.
Oh, wait. You're not a follower? I think you only have to follow me to not have a commercial. Like, are you logged in? No,
damn commercials.
I don't think I have it listed as I don't think I have a subscriber or follower required. So if you're watching it, then it doesn't recognize that you're logged in. If you're logged in, it knows that you're if you're watching from an app or you're watching from TV or YouTube or something, because you can watch Twitch TV that way. So actually, I should do a little bit of business. We are at 100 followers, so thank you very much for that. I think we dropped to 7 subscribers. I think I maxed out at 20. So if you're subscribing with Amazon Prime Gaming, it's free for you, but it puts $5 in the show. You have to go back once a month, go into your Amazon Prime, log into Amazon Gaming, and then associate your Twitch back to here. And it's called a Prime sub. So Jeffrey Sinatra for your Prime sub. You got to do it once a month. That's a pain in the ass, but doesn't cost you anything. If you don't want to be a cheap bastard and you actually want to support the show directly and we get a bigger cut, and bigger cut means I haven't been paid out, and I've been monetized since last May. It took me 2 months to get to 50 and the rest of the time to get to 100. I just checked. We're at $96. I get paid out at 100. That's my threshold. So with ads, with subs, $96 is where we're at. So let's bring it over the top. You can, even if you're subscribing, you can get Prime, or not Prime subs, but you can buy subscriptions, buy a sub. You can either do a batch of 3 or 5, and I've done it. And you can give them out to people. You can literally like go into the friend list that I have, and you can give people subs. Like here's your monthly subscription to Jeffrey Sinatra. If you have friends that do something else, give them a subscription. I don't play games. I don't have giveaways and crap like that. So it's just the idea of spread the word a little bit. I don't want to have to fire John from the show because he's fucking fun. And but listen, he brought in like 4 people. That's it. So I'm just saying, I have to rotate through all the friends I have, and I have 1.1 thousand friends on Facebook that I can bring in one at a time. Is worth 5 people at this point. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be up to 5,000 in no time. It's not even about that. So there, on any given show that we do, and during the week, John, I got to give you absolute credit for this. Is that apparently our chemistry and our banter and our bullshit has picked up over time. And it used to be that my Sunday show with Dan and Jeff would be the one that would get like 65 to 85 video on demand after the fact. People would watch it. Our shows, no matter what, during the week, we've been hitting 75 to 80 video on demand on Twitch alone after, so people going back and watching it during their free time. So if you're coming back VOD, thank you very much for coming back. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Tell a friend. Spread the word. Just get it out there. There is an algorithm with Twitch, so now that we're at 100, if you go look at in real life IRL chat or talk show podcast on Twitch, and you look around, people have like 6, 12. Some people have hundreds. Some people have thousands. If you're Amaranth, who does ASMR, and she's a she's a redheaded ginger soulless goddess with big boobies and porcelain skin who licks her microphone. She has 4.6 million. Process that. I have 100. 8 of them were John. Amaranth has 4.6 million, and she's on other channels. 4.6 million.
I mean, I think if we get 150 subscribers or followers, you should start to lick your microphone.
I can do ASMR. I could. I do get that from time to time when I'm rolling solo, and people just come by and they're like, with the voice, they're like, ooh, ASMR. It's very relaxing. Hello, guys. Mama Fox, baby, what are you doing? Are you feeling good, princess? Are you feeling good? You better be. Others, how are you, buddy? What are you up to?
We're down to 2 people watching.
Oh, no.
We were up to 7 at one point.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I think you're too close to the mic. You're starting to distort the sound.
All right.
Did I tell you I got bit by 2 spiders last night in my sleep?
They weren't spiders.
They were spiders. I got bit on the back of the neck, and I got bit on my ankle.
And
And my ankle kind of blew up a little bit. I have not been able to get webs out. But my daughter is like, spiders do that out of their ass, right? So
Right.
I'll have to let you know, keep tuned.
I think it's a myth, though. I think it's a myth. I don't believe that most spiders can break the skin of a human being and cause that. Just so you know. Only 2 spiders that are native to the U.S. can do real harm when they bite a person. The black widow and the brown recluse.
Yeah, but obviously
Hold
I'm
on.
still alive, so it was neither of those 2 spiders.
Only large immature females and adult females are able to bite through human skin. Males have venom but are too small to puncture the human skin. They like dark, dry. I think is that tarantulas. How to? Well, they
They
can.
can, but they don't usually do that. No, these are going to be regular webbers that bite.
Bed bugs.
No, I don't have bed bugs. That I would.
I swear I read this. That there
Puncture holes.
in North America there were 2 spiders that had fangs that were sharp enough to pierce the human epidermis, and that what people think are spider bites are actually bites from other bugs that leave those marks.
With 2 puncture holes.
Yes, spider bite. I swear to God, myth. If a spider does get on a bed, usually no bite will result. Let me see. They are not bloodsuckers. They're not aware of our existence in any way. If you roll over onto a spider, you'll kill it. They have no chance to bite you. Myth: spiders bite sleeping persons. Burke Museum. Okay, let's check this one out. If a spider does get on a bed, that's where that quote came from. That's fucking funny. All right. Here are some facts. Unless you are sleeping on the basement floor, a spider might wander onto your bed as often as twice a year, not every night. If you take elementary precautions like not letting blankets or bedspreads touch floors or walls, the incidence of spiders on the bed will be effectively 0. If a spider does get on a bed, usually no bite will result. Spiders have no reason to bite humans. They are not bloodsuckers and not aware of our existence in any case. If you roll over onto a spider, most likely the spider will have no chance to bite. Being crushed against a bedsheet by a human body just doesn't work well as a biting scenario, despite what everyone thinks, because
Scenario on what else does the same function?
spider fangs are underneath the spider. When pressed on from above, the spider may reflexively bite what it is standing on, the sheet, not your body. True, spider bites, which are rare events, occur when a spider is trapped inside clothing or when someone foolishly puts a hand or other body part in a spider habitat without looking, and even more foolishly slaps at a spider that's crawling on them. Skin bumps and sores noticed in the morning are generally caused by non-bite disease conditions. See this article for a partial list. Currently, MRSA bacteria, see this article, are among the leading causes of alleged spider bites. The minority of these bites are caused by blood-sucking insects such as fleas, bedbugs, kissing bugs, lice, or assorted flies. Less commonly by mites or ticks. Genuine spider bites in this situation are possible, but very, very rare. So this is the bedbug, not the bedbug, the kissing bug in Arizona is a goddamn fucking frightening animal. Frightening.
I've gotten tagged by one on my hand, and apparently, if you get bit again, you can go into anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
It builds up in your body.
The bacteria releases this fucking. They have and they latch onto you. They are sharp, like that. They hit your body and they dig in with all. They're horrific. So it's more likely that it could be, you have scabies, you have crabs, you have Mr. Krabs. You might have picked a scab because you were on methamphetamine or something like that. Less likely to be a spider bite, though. More likely to be flea.
So the only insect that does have, I'm looking at it right now. I know spiders aren't insects, whatever.
They're arachnids, aren't they insects?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess they would count.
Yeah, they're still insects. Yeah.
It's the spider is the only one with the two holes. Yeah. So I have two tiny holes in my ankle, and I have on the back of my neck.
So, what type of spider?
I don't know what kind. It's definitely not one of the, obviously, the black widow or the brown recluse, because I would not be here talking to you.
No, neither one of them are necessarily fatal.
I would at least have gotten sick.
Necrosis from the brown recluse, just pain from the. I feel like you got shot from a black widow.
Yeah, neither of them hurt like that.
What spider bites can puncture human skin? I don't know. I read a lot of crazy shit. Well, not so much anymore. I used to read a lot of crazy shit. Now I talk a lot of crazy shit. Anyway, guys, spiders suck. I'm just trying to prove to John that he's being a pussy because he got bit by a flea. I'm not really like invested in the outcome of it not being a spider. But I have read about very few spiders because most of them they eat gnats. They live in gardens. Like most of them are not equipped with the gear to actually be effective at getting past our thick dermis. So, yeah, guys, you like when I say dermis? Hey, you want to touch my dermis? Yeah. No. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Nice. In the sports world.
One of the segments I was thinking about is possibly doing for the show is your first, and it doesn't have to be sexual. It can be all different things, and that would be a good way to interact with the chat room.
Your first.
Yeah, whatever your first experience was with whatever topic we're talking about.
Okay. What's your first experience with spiders? Go.
When I was a little kid, I would go down the basement where we lived, and it was scary and dark. And I met a daddy long legs, and they were creepy and.
Who's your daddy?
Low.
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff. Oh wow! So Mama Fox says I'm making her itchy. I was like, so where are you itchy? And she's like, my ankle and my neck. It's the two spots that I got.
Jake,
Supposedly got a bit by a spider, but apparently I have crabs
He has
on
crabs.
my neck and my ankle.
My neck.
I'm into some
My back.
creepy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It could happen.
I'm sure it could. Sure, could not. But anyway, I was just thinking about firsts. Just anything in general. I'd come up with a couple of topics or whatever, and we can have the chat room. But since you made everybody disappear,
Yeah, that sucks. Can you invite them back?
please come back.
Baby, come back.
Please come back.
So I notice when I talk, people leave. So I'll just be quiet.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. They probably are all looking up BBC,
DP spit roast.
Spit roast.
Yeah.
Guys, you could use more than one browser at a time.
Can.
I'm just saying. Okay.
For those of you who are out there in Never Neverland paying attention today, if you haven't used Scroller, SCROLL, 3 L's ER, check out their website. They have also it captures GIFs and photographs from Reddit, and whatever the category is, you can pick the category and you can look through. And at the beginning of the show, I was waiting for John. I put on like cute animals on Scroller, and it just scrolls from like video clip to video clip or from picture to picture. At the bottom left hand corner, you can click on NSFW, which means or 18 plus. So you have to be more than 18, and then it switches to things that you can't play at work. NSFW means not safe for work. And then the same idea, genres and topics of everything. Click on things you like, and there you go. It is a world of
Possibilities.
yeah, that you will thank me for introducing you to this, because you will be shocked, because you can say, oh, you can click on something and you go, oh, that's interesting. It's like koala bears. It said, do you want more like this? And you're like koala bears in trees or koala bears on the ground? Like if you click on the koala bears on the ground, more like this, then it'll pull up a whole new page. It'll make it for you and be like, here's more like koala bears on the ground. And then you will see all sorts of koala bears on the ground, right? And then you click on another one, you go, ooh, I like this skinny koala bear. Here's a skinny koala bear on the ground. And you're like, that was nice. This skinny koala bear was acting wild, so it's like skinny koala bears GW gone wild. You're like, would you like more like this? And you're like, yeah. And then you get more, and then boom, it pops up, makes a whole new genre for you. Skinny koala bears on the ground gone wild. And then you can put like favorite, heart, 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 heart. And then if you go back and look at your favorites, it's free, by the way. Or you can do a premium too, but it's free. You go back and look at your favorites, and then they rank you against other people who have made these little collections of koala bears. And then they'll let you know how you're doing against other people based on other people diving into your collection of favorites, which you can call skinny koala bears on the ground doing backstroke. And you might be surprised that there's other pervert people out there who happen to enjoy that too. And they're like, they come over, they like your collection. They're like, I like you. And then they have like a little like Olympic trophy thing at the end, like first, second, third place, and then ranking. And if you're 187 on the ranking, then suddenly you feel compelled to, get up to the top. And so you're checking out 1, 2, and 3. And you're like, oh, that's a bunch of trans sissy thing koala bears. Like, that's not my thing. How did they get to number 3? That's not fair. I need woke koalas, apparently. But anyway. Scroller with 3 L's.
Cat froze.
I came across it one day, and I just kept going.
Just came. I can't type messages anymore. It won't let me.
Refresh. I have this little computer, and I have 3 screens going. I have 5 brands of something: shelfhelpshow.com, Transplanted Devil, Atomic Dork Squad, Dadbod Bikerbeard, my alter ego. That I have web pages, affiliate advertising, mass email chains. I have so many things going that I forget. And I send out an email at work, and it's a click funnel, and it's actually just to get them to buy some diet pills, so I can get a cut of that. And I have to remember, like, this is where I work. I can't just be like, hey, don't click off of this until you find out the top 5 reasons why today is going to be fantastic at work. And then they're like, ooh, they click on it to find out. And then, 3 days later, they're transferring me $69.95 through their PayPal account. That's when you know that you've been doing too much shit on the interwebs, learning about affiliate marketing, ClickFunnels, PLR, which is like white papers. It's documents and educational things that you can buy for very little and put your name on it and then sell it to somebody else. Guys, it's crazy what's out there. I had never lifted the top off the interwebs and looked underneath to find out that this shit that I've been clicking on, clickbait, for the last 10, 15 years, is this ginormous machine that's there to just make pennies and pennies off of you somehow. So that being said, go to shelfhelpshow.com, find out what your archetype is. It might ask you for money at some point. I would say just go ahead and pay it. It's fine. It's going to teach you something about yourself and what's bad about that. You guys if you need to lose weight, you might as well go ahead and click on the part that says lose weight. I mean, it's going to sell you a keto plan for like $7.99, but then you're going to get some pills, and those are great, and that's like $59. But that's for like 3 months, so buy now. Just go with it. I spend so much time on the shit behind the scenes, and I do not pimp it on the shows at all. I actually advertise off the show, creating this residual income stream that will take care of me in my senior years because I lost all my money in my divorce.
So are you going to want to do Thursday night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I didn't do Sunday. Must have been Sunday, Monday I didn't do. And that last 2 days, I was depressed.
Aww.
Like, legit. It was weird. It happens kind of cyclically. I'm going through some other changes right now. Menstrual cycle stopping. My eggs are drying up. No, but as I kind of cycle through life and I start, I know I'm planning to make some changes, and I'm branching out professionally and talking to, thinking about, how I'm going to navigate my relationship. Physically, where does that put me? How does that affect my kids? Like, what do we, I start kind of working through those things. You need money to do those things, so I start looking at that. I put all my energy into these things, and I don't really talk about it, but then I get to this point where I'm like, okay, I'm at the precipice. Here I am. I need to push this one domino, and when I push that one, then now the change starts. Because I plan everything well in advance, and at least to the extent that I can manage it. And right when I'm ready to do that, my brain goes, you're not the shit. You ain't all that. Calm the fuck down. And it's It happens always right before I'm ready to push. And I'm like, I kind of want to do a show with somebody, but I don't really want to bother them. And it's weird, man, because everything just...
Oh my god. Dude.
Everything shuts off, and I'm like, I'd go on by myself, but I would just be sad. And I'm talking to Becky, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm about to make changes that are going to be really significant and very positive for everyone in my life." She's like, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "I think I'm bipolar." She's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "At least twice a year." Twice a year, I doubt myself for a minute. And she's like...
They call that semi-annual?
Yeah, so I know. I'm semi-polar.
Semi-annual polar.
And she's like, "What?" She's like, "No, you're amazing." She's like, you create these plans. You're like, "I'm going to execute." And she's like, and you do it. And then, like, you have the courage to just do it. And you're like, "Hey, I need to talk to you. Hey, I need to talk to you." And you just, all of a sudden, you have all the options you want in the world. And most people don't ever do that. And I'm like, well, yeah. If you don't ask, you don't get. I figured that out in life. She's like, "So what the fuck is your problem? Like, you got the girl, you got this revenue streams about here, you got all this stuff," and everyone's like, "Yeah, what can we give you? What can we give you?" And you're like, "Hold on a second." I was like, "Yeah.
We have a Russian bot that actually says, "Hello, I'm Russian."
Hello. Privé. Das vidanya. Shut your mouth.
Liquor books. It is paying his money.
So yeah, I wanted to do something, but it was weird. I was just kind of stuck in this space, and she's like, "Are you feeling better today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting there." Can I read my?
I don't know if it's a bot now that they put in a little picture. Weird.
So if you guys know what I'm talking about, I mean, if you're female, then this happens like every 90 minutes, so you get it. If you're male, do you ever go into that?
Oh, absolutely.
That dark, like, I doubt myself, and I'm not talking like our normal stuff like John and I talk about, which is if you're the sort of person who puts yourself out there, and you're used to challenging yourself to rise up and do the uncomfortable things, and you doubt yourself all the way up until the point where the curtains open, and then you're like, "And here we go." Like, that's different. That's like a performance thing. That's a do I have content thing. Like, do you go into the, like, why am I alive, and do I deserve to be? And then what do you do with it? Do you just accept it? Do you accept the darkness that's in your head and just be like, just go with it? Be miserable for a little bit, you'll get over it. Or do you pep talk yourself? Do you ask for help? What do you do?
So, this isn't the same exact thing that you're talking about, but I can give you a super great example of what I go through all the time. Is that in my group of friends, I'm the one that organizes everything. I'm the one that arranges it all. I'm the one who buys the tickets. I'm the one that tries to get everybody together. And when it doesn't happen, you go through that moment where it's like, you know what? Fuck these people. Fuck them. I'm pouring all my energy out to do this. And half the time I don't get the response. Half the time I don't get anybody to go and do anything. And then I go, so what's better? Never doing something with these people, or doing it sometimes because you really enjoy doing this? So I have to have a meeting of the mind, right? And decide, okay, so do I keep putting that energy out there? Do I keep is it vulnerability? Is that part of it too? Where
Yeah.
you're just putting yourself out there for rejection? Not on a, you know what I mean by rejection, though, not like a,
Yeah.
love me, that's not it exactly, but it is, it's tiring. It's absolutely exhausting. And it just it fucks with you. It absolutely fucks with your confidence, and then you're like, oh well, but I never worry about content because I have you.
That's interesting. Actually, I was taking I was taking a personality test. If you go to 16personalities.com, 16 personalities.
That was the one you sent me.
Yeah.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
want to take a guess what mine was?
Your ENFJ.
It gave me like a title.
Oh, you're the. Hold on. Let me look. There's 16. So let me take a look. Log in. This is not. No, I'm on the wrong browser. I can't. 16 personalities. Complete the test. View results. Unlock your potential. Oh, here we go. Type. All right. So I'm ENFP-A, which is assertive. Let's see. ENFJ, commander, debater, the masturbator. I'm the campaigner. I'm ENFP.
Okay.
Enthusiastic, creative, sociable, free spirit who can always find a reason to smile. Protagonist is Mark. Charismatic, inspiring leaders. And I believe Becky is also ENFJ protagonist, and except she's turbulent. She's got the -T on hers, which makes sense. You're probably the advocate. No? Well?
So it said that I was the entertainer.
Oh, I was going to say, give me a second. I looked at one row of 4.
Oh, all right. I didn't
Yeah. Well, you told me you're entertainer. Let me look and let's see if I believe it. Okay. So you're extrovert, obviously. You're sensing, you're feeling, and your perceptive. Are you A or T? Are you turbulent? No, you're A. Spontaneous, energetic, enthusiastic people. Life is never boring around them. Because one of the questions on that test specifically was, are you the person who plans shit and gets it all together? And I was like, no, I don't plan it. I don't even go. And if I go, then I'll be the center of attention then maybe. So the entertainer, let's learn a little bit about John. All right.
I was a little shocked about that.
So then your entertainers are the most likely personality type to say they're good at cheering people up. You are, and it's important to you too. People are down, and you're like, wait, hey there. That's 100% you. Emotional intelligence. What was your dash?
I don't remember.
Extroverted, observant, feeling, prospecting.
Like I think I touched the wrong screen because it kept going through all these different things.
Yeah.
I was interested in all of it, and all of a sudden it was off the screen. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, that sucked.
I'm assuming that you're not turbulent. I think you're assertive, not turbulent. That would make more sense for you.
Define what turbulent is.
So assertive is, outgoing. You're willing to share your ideas with others, whether they ask you or not. Turbulent would be that you're a little more trait neuroticism from a big 5 personality. That might actually be shit. If things don't go your way, you get upset. That could absolutely be right. You could be a -T, just like Becky. So assertive personality is calm in the storm. 93% of those with the assertive identity say they feel confident facing day-to-day difficulties compared to 62% with turbulent identity. Handling stress. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, resistant to stress. That's me. That's why I break down like twice a year. Because I'm so used to just absorbing it that eventually I'm like, oh.
So I think I used to be much more turbulent.
Let's see.
Not as much anymore.
It could be in your nature, and it could be that you're not in an environment that forces it to.
Or I'm masking it, right? I could also mask it. It's really how you feel, right? It isn't so much what you show to everybody. Wouldn't it be what you're feeling inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure, and then some of it will spill over. Okay. Some of it's going to spill over, but it's how you feel and process things. It's what's motivating you.
So if in my brain it's an absolute war zone, but what I'm actually saying out loud is calm and seems like I'm weathering the storm.
Check it out. Listen to this. You'll love it. Turbulent personality. Power of stress. Activate. Turbulent individuals are success-driven, perfectionistic, and eager to improve. They're always trying to counterbalance their self-doubts by achieving more. Just as they push themselves to become better, they're as likely to push their projects or efforts in the same direction. Turbulent personality types tend to notice little problems and often do something about them before they become larger ones. 86% of those with turbulent identities say that comparing themselves to others usually results in a negative feeling, compared to 58% of those with assertive identity. There are potential downsides with all this attention and achievement, always feeling the need to do more and to have more and to be more. Turbulent individuals can also get caught up in endless thoughts of criticism, slights, or regrets. This can either bog them down or motivate them to do better. Their sensitivity to potential problems can be useful unless that's all they think about and the problems clutter their attention. This is where your 1,000 voices are stronger than mine. Turbulent personality types may compulsively scan for what might go wrong instead of keeping their eye on more positive targets on what could go right. Stress may have a bad reputation, but turbulent types around the world show just how powerful a motivator it can be. Careful and attentive people are always important to society and keep it safe. At the same time, a fear of stagnation can bring about great change. Turbulent individuals beautifully cover both. When these personalities balance their worries and concerns with positive action, they're likely to prove themselves to be of great value. I think you're turbulent. Absolutely. That is you. Because mine was like 60-40 split between assertive and turbulent. I'm more chill than... Yeah, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. I barely learned more chill. As Haley said to Becky the other day, she gave me a 75% when it came to being a chill, cool dad. He gets a 75. He's pretty mellow. But that's not bad coming from a teenager. So going back and your comparison to being assertive in the same vein is resistant to stress. They don't worry too much, but this is different from apathy. It's not like you don't care. They aim for goals and want successful results, but they typically won't let nervousness color the path to their accomplishments. And nervousness is trait neuroticism. It's where you focus your intent. Are you worrying about the things you can't control and trying to control them, or are you just like, Hakuna Matata?
I think I used to be so much worse with the things that you can't control.
Right.
Now
you were very turbulent. You used to be very.
Yeah,
like people,
I definitely feel that when somebody will come at me with a problem and it's not something anybody can do about it, I go, okay, so we can't focus on that because no matter what you do, the result is not going to change. So what can we do besides that?
According to assertive personality types, what is done is done.
Right. You can't go back on it.
Right.
It's already out there. It's in the ether.
It is what it is.
Yep, it is
Motherfucker,
what it is.
I hate that term.
Yeah, but I explained to you why
I know.
it's not such a dirty...
I like it now. I just have to continue saying that, just like segues are for children and mall cops. I just have to hate it. Just like my ex hates Get Shorty and pork chops. Great movie, good food. She can handle both of them. But if you ask her, you're like, what do you think about Get Shorty? I fucking hate that movie. She doesn't. She just thinks she does. Hey, what do you think about pork for dinner? I hate pork. These are really good. This is delicious. Why do you always say you hate pork? I don't know. Because you're crazy. Assertive types. If overconfident, these personality types may come to believe their confidence overshadows what others want. All right. However, problems may arise. I should back up. That makes no sense. Problems may arise for them if their confidence turns into overconfidence. Assertive individuals may gloss over problems or details that can interfere with their goals and desired results. They may lean toward assuming all will be positive. Assertive people also sometimes presume they are free to do much more than others would allow or tolerate. If overconfident, these personality types may come to believe that their confidence overshadows what others want. Oh, like whatever you want is more important than how other people feel about it.
Right.
As long as you keep pushing your agenda, they'll get it.
Also, you're able to get away with more things. Because,
That is true, though.
yeah.
There's a point.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's funny.
He's just really confident. Yeah, he is. Put these handcuffs on. All right. Sorry, I'm yawning in your face. You were late. I'm tired.
That's kind of why I was like, hey, do you want to do this Thursday too? Because you were kind of yawning.
Oh, yeah. We'll wrap it. We'll wrap it 2 hours tonight, and then we'll save our energy and we'll do it again on Thursday.
Yeah, and I'll be on time and hopefully early. That's really what I'm hoping. Hopefully we get to build a bigger audience.
We'll build a bigger boat. It's weird though. We'll pull audience at 1:00 in the morning.
My son said to me, he goes, fucking guys keep going on earlier and earlier. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, what are you kidding me? He goes, we're on till like 1:30. Oh, you were still on? Oh, he works till 11. So that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he works till 11. So he works the basic shift that I used to work at McDonald's. Sorry.
McDonald's. Who came on tonight? Who dropped in? We know Mama Fox did. Andres, thank you, buddy.
Andres.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Nobody else was in the chat room. We had up to 7 at one point, and then it hovered at 5 for a while, and then went down to 2. So now it's the Russian and Mama Fox.
Anybody at Facebook doesn't translate over here. Anybody at Facebook doesn't translate. There's 2 Facebooks going on. So you can go into the Facebooks and I can find out, or I can pull the aggregate later. But you think we should, my goal was like hit 100 on Twitch and then let's get everybody over to YouTube because it's bigger and broader. We've been casting it the whole time. So we don't have a subject matter issue. But the amount of bells and whistles and tools and things you can do, and as well as getting kind of everybody kind of unified to be able to participate in one platform, everybody knows what YouTube is. We can start when we do you and I. We can simulcast. We'll do it on YouTube, and we can have that up, and then we can interact with people from there. I don't know. I think maybe we can experiment and start pulling people over there. It's not hard to get to. We'll just put a link.
You send me the links. Like I said, I'm up to about 6 or 7 people that I'm sharing with on a regular basis.
Cool.
That's not a ton of people, but kind of our content is a little, not really, it's kind of blue. So,
right.
My pastor is not going to get the Twitch link. I'm just thinking he's not.
Why?
Because he's.
You know, pastors tell dick and fart jokes too, right? And they have sex.
Not this one.
No?
No.
Not so much? Is he Irish?
I don't think he'd think the altar boy things were funny.
That was a fun night, though. We were goof. That was hilarious.
I don't remember the fire truck thing. I really don't. I
don't know how we got into firemen and rapists, and that was a funny night. Actually, it was really funny. I watched half of it back, and I was laughing.
Well, even Mama Fox was like, "What? Firemen? What?"
Yeah.
I was like,
It happened. It happened.
I will be well rested for Thursday. And
okay.
I did have to get up at 6 this morning, which is definitely a good.
Yeah, I always get 3 hours. Yeah.
My internet was shut down in my neighborhood, because they were Cox Communication was
COCKS. Yeah.
They're boosting everything up. So I had to work for my daughter's house today because I am not taxed, so I couldn't go into the office because they don't have tests yet for everybody. Because if you work from home, you don't have to be tested and you're not taxed.
Right.
Well, I was like, well, my internet's shot, so I had to get up at 6 and go to my daughter's, and then, of course, I'm at mom's now. So, but Thursday I will be home in the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna run webinars all day, and then I'll be ready to rock and roll.
Sounds good. I bet I can overnight a microphone to you, or I can drive one to your house. If you want.
How is it easy to hook into the computer?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'll show you. This one up here.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know, $40. Maybe the arm. This cable just is a USB. It just plugs straight in. Dink. And then you just go to your sound and right click and say enable this microphone instead of the real tech that's on board. And there you go. That's it. It's easy. Easy peasy.
It's got the arm like that that'll link to the screens like that. Is that how you have it on the back of the screens?
It's like on the desk. It's got like a C clamp on the back of the desk.
Oh, and it comes all the way up over the top like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know if I think I might have bought the like on Amazon. I think I got the microphone. It's a digital mic with the arm and the cable for like $40.
Oh, maybe I'll go on right now and look.
Check it out. You'd be surprised what you can get overnighted by Thursday morning, actually, for like very little anything. Yeah, if you just do digital. Don't XLR is the mechanical ones. Like this one is XLR. XLR means you plug it in. It's a 3-prong, and you plug it into a box, and then you have to have an amplifier. You have to have phantom power. All that stuff is like at a future time. If you just get a digital microphone with a little boom arm like that, you'll be happy as pie. And you can get just one that goes on the desktop too. You can get any digital mic. It doesn't matter. As long as it's digital, that means it goes right into the computer. It doesn't need any other work. I bought Jeff Coy's for his and had it sent to him. It was like $60, I think. And it's got an amplifier. It's got a speaker, you can turn the microphone up on itself. It's got its own power source. And you can plug your headphones into the microphone so you can hear exactly what you sound like. Those are pretty good. Yeah.
Is this, I mean, it looks like it's just set up for a desk. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. And it's got a knob on it, right? That you can, I think I have that. I think that's what this mic is, literally.
It's $30 and it could be in tomorrow.
I put stickers on this one. Look.
Oh,
I put,
it looks similar to that.
but I think it's literally this.
It doesn't have the big boom.
The boom's like $15. You can just order. You can order it separately. But it's literally this microphone. I'm pretty sure what.
FINE Studio Condenser USB microphone computer PC.
Yeah, I have a blue one back here that is exactly that model.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, and it's got the little thing in front of it.
It's got a. Does it have a windscreen or like a mesh?
Here, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there we go.
Like it's got the. Oh yeah. I have those too. It's perfect. Yeah, it'll stop the sibilance.
Oh, Friday.
Yeah, just find one that they have in the local warehouse. It'll tell you next day. Over $35, they'll drop it to you. Yeah.
And that would plug directly into my laptop, I guess.
Yeah, anything you know, it's all USB. All the cables are USB. Anything that says digital.
So, and PIY painting USB microphone kit, condenser microphone kit, 192 KHZ's 24-bit studio mic. Is that all fine?
Yeah.
Okay, and that comes with the arm and everything.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't say XLR, because XLR just it means it's not digital. Like for the cable, if it says the cable is XLR, if it says digital anywhere on it, you're good, because then you don't need an amp. This is XLR. This is mechanical, so I have an amplifier in order to power it. This thing weighs 2 pounds. This thing weighs maybe 6 ounces, 8 ounces maybe, and it just has a digital plug on the back. It looks like a printer cable plug.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's power source, corded electric.
What's the model? Or you can send it to me too. I'll take a look at it. Like you can forward it from Amazon, or just read the model off. I'll look it up for you right now. PINY.
No, it says PIY.
PIY. Go.
Painting.
Huh? Painting?
Yeah, painting. That's what it says.
Okay. Microphone.
And it says.
I got it right here. Cool.
Okay.
PLY painting USB. Oh, it's a USB. If it says USB, you're good to go. Perfect.
Oh, USB means the same thing as digital.
Yep.
audio.
My bad. Sorry.
No. It says free delivery tomorrow, January 12th. Order within 10 hours and 31 minutes.
Perfect. Yeah, I see it right here. 45 decibels. Yeah, that'll be great. So you can actually adjust your sensitivity. It'll give you a better sound overall. Beautiful. Good for streaming and podcasting, PC gaming. $39 with the whole kit. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. He's going pro.
Well, I mean, I've been getting a little bit of complaints from, some people.
I'm excited.
I am too.
That means you're committed now.
I am committed. I can't. There are times that I can't play.
No, I know, buddy.
I think my son, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's screwed with the Amazon stuff. You better cut it out, or I'm gonna freaking use his gift card. Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm gonna have that tomorrow shipped by 10 p.m. tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right on. And if you want to calibrate it tomorrow, let me know. We'll we'll get it calibrated. Rock and roll. No,
I would not want to do it tomorrow. Thursday before.
That's fine.
I'll be home tomorrow, so.
Totally fine. Outstanding. Dadbod Bikerbeard here with the transplanted devil, John Trapp. We'll do this again on Thursday. We'll probably go 9:30, or should we go 10?
I
mean, for your son.
9:30 is probably.
It's fine. I'll accommodate anyone. I don't need a live studio audience.
That's it. 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds
Right
good.
on.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, of course, my friend. I look forward to seeing you with a microphone in front of your face. He's in it to win it, ladies and gentlemen. You're entertaining as always.
I could probably set it up on this thing too. I could put it up. Yeah, I could probably do the same thing.
Yeah, all you need is a little bit of a lip of anything, and then if you don't, then look, you can get a desktop stand, and you don't need to carry the arm with you. Keep the arm at home. If you're traveling, have the little stand in your mic. It'll wrap up, put it in your backpack. You're good to go.
This is exciting stuff.
Gets better and better. Then we're going to upgrade your camera. Like, we'll spend at least $20 on a camera, and you'll have some clarity on your camera.
My camera at home is fine.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should just bring that with me.
A laptop, like, just get another one for $20 or $30. It's not. Get a 1080p camera. It's not a big deal. Just take it with you. So, camera, mic.
I'm gonna have a mobile studio.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you. To buy one of those green screens that clip on the back of your chair, and then we can, wherever you go, it's gonna be crisp, man, crisp. And then we're gonna get you a studio light.
Oh Christ! Yeah, it is a little dark.
You can actually get a camera like I do. Well, you can't see it if I do this. Really, I guess you can't. But my camera has a light on it. Well, you can't see it, I guess. But that's. So I have lights above me. Here, watch. I'll shut that one off. And then the light just on the little camera. This is like a $50 camera. This is low. Medium. Like, it'll light you up across the room. So it's like I can light my kids up across the room in the dark, and it picks up.
All right.
So if you get a camera,
Step by step, brother.
little camera with a light, then
I ordered the microphone. Right?
start with a mic.
We're start with a mic.
Always start with sounding better, then go with looking better, and then maybe a little accent, and then you're good. You're good. All right, man. Bucky spent like $400 on equipment like by week 3 to be one of 8 on a Saturday show.
Nice.
I was like, I'm like, show me what you got. And he showed me his mic. I'm like, you got a $200 fucking microphone for what? Like, I have a $200 microphone. I'm the fucking host, but I bought 5 $40 microphones first. Like, then I've got all this equipment, but it took a while for me to get there. He's like, I'm ready. I'm like, I love it. Dedication. So, all right. Have a good night, my friend. Be well.
You too. All right.
Good night. That's it. We own him now. We own him. He's buying equipment. Yay! All right. Dadbod, Bikerbeard here. Shelf Help Show. Transplanted Devil and 2 fingers in the ass means I got a Mexican oil change. All right. Yeah. What is that thing that I say all the time? Mama Fox? Love one another and love yourself. Have a good night.